Welcome back, everyone. So last time we had this incredibly uncomfortable ending with Mayu. So this time I guess I'm gonna have to replay whatever because we got this ending. So yeah, let me just get back to where we were. One moment, please. Okay, never mind. It doesn't really take me anywhere. So last time we went to Core Street where we found Mayu and we went along with him. So I think this time we can still talk to him, but we just have to turn him down probably, right? I look at you different now, Mayu. I don't want to say I've seen your dick, but you know. Hey Mayu, flying solo. Yes, flying solo. And you will remain that way. Something happened? You're oddly quiet today. You can tell? Yeah, I'm a little bit depressed right now. You see, I missed the release date and now they're all sold out. Okay, yeah, so we've had this conversation. He's invited us to his house. This time we're gonna refuse. Thanks, Mayu. No thanks. Not today. Ugh. I can't believe that Tor enjoyed himself, you know? That was so bad. That was just so bad. I don't know. Whatever. Darn, oh well. Yeah, you know how it is. Alrighty then. Maybe next time. I'm gonna go now. Hey-chan. See you later, Toa. Alright. Okay, bye. Let's watch anime in my house. Yeah, sure. Now I know what that means. When can you come over, Toa? Maybe someday when I feel like it. Yeah, maybe someday. Gotta go. Oh man, is that the time? Woo! Time sure does move fast. How quickly can I disengage? Wow, this whole exploration was just to give us the chance to go over to Mayu's. All right. Thanks for that opportunity. Exploration over. Yeah, all right. On the way back to the clinic, I passed by the park. Then I spotted someone coming my way and stopped short. It was Taku. Was his errand finally finished? Finally? Well, is it noon or something like that? He noticed me and made a beeline right to me. His expression, you know, whenever someone says beeline, I keep remembering this one, I think it was an animation where someone was like, oh, beeline is supposed to mean that someone heads straight for you, but in reality a beeline would look like squiggly lines all over the map until it finally arrived at your place. And that is exactly what it is, right? Fucking bees. His expression looked stiff and tense in a way I couldn't place. That's why it's always funny to me. All done? Yeah. Did she eat lunch? Yeah, with Ray. Did we eat anything? Can't imagine that. Gotcha. I was hoping I could meet up with you two, but it looks like I didn't make it in time. Oh, I'm sorry. You know, we can go eat something now. And I'll just be the same Toa, just always stoically sitting beside you. Maybe acting like drinking coffee? I don't know. He smiled wearily. For a split second, something felt off. Did you talk to Ray? No? Where's your car? At the clinic. Why are you here? He looked at me dubiously. Possibly he wasn't expecting me to ask him a barrage of questions. That's the euphoria treatment. We don't trust you right now. If you didn't talk to Ray, then where were you going to meet up with us? Ooh, no lying to Toa. Well, we usually go to Yamagawa Cafe for lunch, right? I peeked in over there, but couldn't find you, so I was just on my way back. You're not telling the truth, Taku. Did Ray already take off? He went to visit a friend at work. Gotcha. Actually, that reminds me. He narrowed his eyes. I saw a fistfight happening on the sidewalk on my way here. Looked like two Takasato goons. And you, in your full doctor scrubs, didn't Pause to hope. Also, like, isn't it insanely unsanitary to walk around in doctor scrubs? I don't think that's allowed, right? Especially with a stethoscope. I mean, I know it's a Sprite, but like, come on. Give him a different Sprite, man. Anyone we know? It's just a layer that you can just remove the stethoscope, right? Come on. Anyone we know?
見たことがあるって程度で名前までは知らん。五十嵐君が言っていた通りだ。
Recognized the faces, but couldn't tell you the names. Looks like Igarashi-kun was right.
高里組はしばらく荒れるだろうから、お前も不用意に出歩くなよ。
The Takasaragumi is falling apart right now, so don't go wandering around. He says after wandering around without calling us. You know, you could have called us, but instead you chose to wander around. And now you're telling me not to wander around? Come on, bitch. End of irritation rose up inside me. I already had this conversation with Igarashi. Little late to be worrying about it now, don't you think?
だからだ。ずっと住んでると。この町の治安の悪さに慣れちまうが、気を引き締めないとひどい目に遭うぞ。
No, it isn't. Live here for long enough and you get used to all the crime. But if you don't start keeping your wits about you, you'll be in a world of hurt.
それを俺に言うのか?
You don't think I know what this town is like?
おう。
Okay, what is happening? Toa?
いつどこで死のうとどうだっていい。
It doesn't matter when or where I die. I don't care. Okay, yeah, that's not the stance you really want to take. Or do you want to aggravate him? With that, I turned away from him. Okay. Or are you giving him the cold shoulder because he's been too up in your business lately? I knew he was just worried about me. Obviously, I understood that. But it pissed me off whenever he tried to control what I did with my own life. Yeah, okay. Given how long he'd been in my life, sometimes it felt like he still saw me as a kid. Exhaling, I headed off to the clinic without looking back. Okay, so, I mean, this is to be expected Toa behavior, right? So, that, yeah, I don't know. Strange that Taku didn't expect this. Late that night, I love this drawing post, by the way. God, killer on the back. I was sitting on the sofa, sketchpad on my knee, drawing away. I didn't have any clear idea of what I wanted to draw. I was just scrawling dark lines like I was trying to get something out of my system. Something about Taku, right? Has to be. Because his euphoria has peaked. The TV droned endlessly. Then I paused to check the clock. Suddenly it was past 1 a.m. Damn! Having lost my focus, I tossed my sketchpad onto the coffee table. You know, I get getting lost in art, but sketching for that long? Only sketching? Without any paint? Couldn't be me. There was a light crinkling sound as it hit the paper bag full of sleeping pills. Maybe not take them? Come to think of it, I still hadn't talked to Taku about my new prescription, and I am pouting right now, so that presents a problem. I should have mentioned it earlier in the afternoon, but then he pissed me off by trying to dictate my life. God, the viewpoint of any teenager. The memory angered me all over again. I've become so numb. Physical pain I was used to. These chronic health problems, on the other hand, didn't have a clear solution. If the sleeping pills were causing it, then I had to stop talking to them. No, wait. Better song would be, I'm not okay. That would have been more fitting, yeah. Damn it. The clinic was closed, but Taku was probably still downstairs. With that thought, I left the room and boarded the elevator. Getting over our pouting. Arriving at the ground floor, I walked down the hallway to the exam room and heard Taku's voice coming from inside. Is he on the phone again? Another phone call? He was speaking in hushed tones. He's talking to everyone on the phone except us. So it was hard to make anything out. For a moment, I considered barging in, but thought better of it. Okay. So we're gonna eavesdrop again? These phone calls had grown more and more frequent lately. Was someone harassing him? Or did he get dragged into some kind of mess? Yeah. Were these phone calls the reason he kept acting strangely? Yeah, most likely. They're clearly stressing him out beyond his limits. Curious though I was, I had no intention of forcing it out of him. Why? I didn't want to meddle in his life any more than I wanted him to meddle in mine. Fair, I guess. But then again, sometimes you have to meddle, because otherwise there won't be any more life to meddle in, you know? Some things are serious. The sleeping pills weren't something I needed to take. I could get a decent amount of sleep if I got drunk. Great. Never tried that before, but it sounds great. Exhaling quietly, I turned and headed back down the hall. No eavesdropping? Okay. Strange. That night, I lay on the sofa and drifted in and out of sleep until morning. Absently, I stared at the white light streaming in through the blinds. Just then the door opened. What? I could see Taku peeking in through the gap.
Toa, 朝だぞ。起きろよ。
Toa, wake up. It's morning. Okay, thanks, Mom. He walked off without setting a single foot inside. My brain was still half asleep, so for a minute I wasn't entirely sure what had happened. I just stared blankly at the door. Is he being cautious around us now? What? What was that about? Yeah, normally Taku always came into my room to wake me. He's being cautious or something. This is like a family fight, no? This is like fighting with parents, being the rebellious teenager, no? I say that as if I was ever a rebellious teenager. Was he busy dealing with some emergency? I thought back over what just happened. Something felt off. His smoke. Taku's smoke was swaying erratically. Uh-oh, something happened? Was he just that exhausted? It didn't explain why he wouldn't enter my room, though. As I pondered, I got dressed and left the apartment. Dude, Toa never woke up this quickly. It was just past 9 o'clock, still plenty of time before the clinic opened. I walked down the hall and opened the exam room door. Inside, I found a man dressed in a suit. It was Igarashi. Oh, as Taku bandaged his arm, he noticed me and smiled. A new wound, or is he here for those wounds of the other day?
Oh, Toa-san! Ohayou gozaimasu!
Oh, Toa-san! Good morning!
早いな。
You're here early.
前に怪我を見てもらった時に3日後ぐらいに来てくれって言われてたんすけど、今日の朝しか時間がなくて。
When I came by the last time, I was told to come back in 3 days, but this was the only time I had available. Okay, so it is the old wounds, thank God.
それで電話したら見てもらえることになったんで、本当すみません。
So I called to ask if I could come in, and here I am. Really sorry about this, Doc. Oh, sweetheart. Oh,
気にしな
God.
くていい。
Dude! He's over. Oh, God. Look at his... Wait, look at his smoke. It's barely there, and it's pulsating, right? Do you see that? Damn. Don't worry about it. Very fragmented, by the way, that smoke. Taku answered stoically as he continued his task. I took one look at him and narrowed my eye. Something about Taku was slightly off today, his smoke included.
大丈夫なのか、高里組は。
How's the Takasatagumi? Doing okay?
まあ一応今のところはって感じっすね。
Well, we're hanging in there for now at least.
榊さん
Yeah, great.
さんで揉めてるんだろう。これからどんどんひどくなっていくんじゃないか。
Sakaki's in a spat with Tono. A spat, lol. Right, right? Wait, Sakaki's in a spat with Tono, right? It's probably gonna get worse from here.
それはそうかもしれないっす。
Well, yeah, you might be right. Okay. Strange to call it a spat, too. Taku fell silent for a moment.
これはとても言いにくいことなんだが。
I feel really awful about what I'm about to say, but I'm gonna say it anyway. With that disclaimer, he gave Igarashi a stern
この
look.
怪我の治療が終わったら状況が落ち着くまでうちに来ないでくれないか。
Once I've finished treating this injury, I need you to stay away from the clinic until things settle down. Whoa! I didn't expect that. Has Tono gotten to him? Because he was in this, partnership with Sakaki-san, right? So maybe Tono has gotten to him? That he's saying this? I mean, it could also be for Toa's sake, but I don't think that's necessarily it, right? I don't know. That is so unexpected, huh? Igarashi looked back at him perplexed.
他の患者さんがいる手前な。みんな高里組の不穏な空気は感じ取っているはずだ。
When there's other patients around, I mean, they can sense the tension and it makes them uncomfortable. Okay, so come by during off hours? Is that what you're saying?
そうっすね。
Oh, right. Oi. Guiltily, Igarashi slumped his shoulders. Oi. Unexpected. I understood where Taku was coming from. The average citizen of Shinkumi had a very low opinion of the Takasaragumi. They just knew better than to say it outright. But we had this whole spiel about this in the beginning of the game, where they were like, it doesn't matter, anyone who comes in here gets treated and all that. He spoke about this in the beginning, that it doesn't matter to him what his patients thought, and everyone kind of knew it was an open secret or something like that. So why change his stance now? I don't know. It all seems so fishy. And the more trouble the Takasaragumi was involved in, the worse their reputation would become. But there was something off about Taku's tone and expression. Like he didn't really mean it. I sensed a way to it that suggested he was panicked somehow. Oh. So maybe it is for Toa's sake. Maybe he knows more of what's going to happen.
もし痛みが続くようであれば連絡をくれ。
Call me if the pain doesn't go away on its own.
わかりました。ありがとうございました。いろいろ本当すみません。
Understood. Thank you, doctor. Really, really sorry about this. I don't know how to categorize this. Igarashi bowed deeply, and it was clear he was apologizing for more than the inconvenience of his schedule this morning. Ay.
本当に申し訳ない。
Nah, you're fine. If anything, I ought to apologize myself. Is he protecting Toa
先
from
生の言って
something?
ることもわかりますから。それじゃありがとうございました。失礼します。
No, you're completely right. Anyways, thanks again. I'll be going now. Take the back door. Igarashi rose from the chair, bowed once more, then left the exam room. Taku stared at the floor, shoulders slumped. Then with a sigh, he reached up and massaged the fur on his brow. Wait, didn't the Yakuza always take the back door, now I think about it? Wasn't that a thing? Fuck, I don't really remember all that. It's been so long now.
疲れてるなら休めよ。
If you're tired, go get some rest. At this, his hands fell still.
わかるか。
Is it obvious?
ああ。
Yeah,
そうか。
gotcha. Oh gosh. He looked down at his feet, then let out a self-deprecating
しか
sigh.
しな、休めって言われて簡単に休めるわけでもないからな。
I gotta say, I wish I could rest on command, but it just ain't that easy. Yeah, I mean, that's what medication's for, right? But like, yeah, I get it. I really
そ
do.
のうち患者にも休めって言われるようになるぞ。
Keep it up and your patients won't start nagging you too. Yeah, they love
言
you.
われてる。
They already do. Yeah, I can see that happening. Guess you're a lost cause.
それでも休めないって言うならご自由に。
If you absolutely refuse to rest, then knock yourself out. Oh wait. I read that as in like give yourself pills to knock yourself out, but no, it's derivative. Okay, yeah, I got it. Sorry. I straightened up and walked to the door. Toa. At the sound of my name, I looked over my shoulder. I could see hesitation in his eyes as he frowned at me.
確かにお前の言う通りだ。無理をして診察中にミスをしたら、それこそ本末転倒だよな。
I admit, you're right. If I keep pushing myself to the point that I make mistakes in my work, I'll only create even bigger problems. Resolve settled into his expression as he rose from his chair.
だ
So,
が昨日も臨時休業にした手前、さすがに2日続けて休むのは患者さんにも申し訳ない。
but after closing the clinic yesterday with no advance warning, it would be the height of rudeness to do it twice in a row. Yeah, maybe you should have specified that the emergency lasts 2 days. And,
今日
yeah.
は午前中だけ休みにしよう。スタッフには連絡を入れておく。
I'll make it a half day and tell the staff I'm taking the morning off. Yeah, that's a good
仮眠
decision.
でも取るのか。
Gonna take a nap or
いや
something?
実は前からずっと行きたいと思っていたところがあってな。
No. See, there's this place I've been wanting to visit for a long time. Dude, that's not resting.
せっかくだから気分転換も兼ねて行ってみようと思うんだが。お前も来るか？
This is kind of the equivalent. This is another pet peeve of mine, right? So if you're really like tired, right? And you're like, okay, I need the day off. But then on your day off, you do like chores or you go to your grandma's birthday or whatever, you know? Something that, some kind of event or maybe even a dentist or something, right? If you do shit on your day off, then you haven't really rested, right? People easily equate like not going to work with resting when that doesn't necessarily have to be the case. And I don't know if it's a German thing to do that, but it's really annoying to me, right? Resting is actually shutting your eyes and not doing shit. Take a fucking rest, guys. Please. Take care of yourself. Otherwise, you're gonna burn yourself out. And then you end up like Taku. Look at him. So, since I have the opportunity, I figure I'll give myself a nice change of pace. Wanna tag along? I feel like you should take a nap, sweetheart. I was about to decline, but the words never left my lips. Yeah, I'll come. His smoke had just spasmed and changed color. He really wants us to come. And his eyes were twinged with melancholy. Oh no. Sure. Oh, Toa. He is compassionate.
それじゃあ準備してきてくれ。
Alright then, go get ready. Oh, that is so sweet. Relieved, Taku grabbed his cell phone off his desk, probably to get in touch with the people scheduled to work later today. As for me, I left the exam room and headed back to my apartment. This is nice. Okay, I wonder where we're going. After a 30-minute drive in Taku's car, we crossed over the bridge and arrived in Shinkomi Seaside Park. Okay, cool. This seems nice. This is nice. We stopped the car in the parking lot. Oh, the music is nice too. Then hopped out. The strong breeze carried the smell of the sea to my nose as it blew against my cheek. You know, minus the huge city in the background, this is what my town looks like. Without a word, Taku started walking, then came to a stop once the ocean came into view. I walked up beside him and pulled out my cigs. This is so nice.
Heavy smoker だな、お前は。
Sorry, by the way, for my icon. I don't know why it does that, but whatever. You really are a heavy smoker, huh? Taku glanced at me out of the corner of his eye and smiled wryly.
タバコは飯か水代わりだ。
Cigarettes are my food and
ちゃ
water.
んと食べろよ。水も飲め。早死にするぞ。
No, you still need food and water, damn it. Otherwise you'll kick the bucket. Yeah. Yeah.
吸うか。
1-1. Oh gosh. Poor Taku. You know, you can talk to us. Toa is a great listener. After I lit up, I offered him my crumpled pack. Still smiling, he shook his head. He
誘惑
quit.
するなよ。やめたんだ。
Don't tempt me, I already quit.
隣で座れると吸いたくならないか。
Doesn't it make you crave one when I'm standing here smoking one myself? Stop tempting
お
him!
前は隣でなくても四六時中吸ってるだろうが。もう慣れたよ。
You're always smoking, whether I'm with you or not. I'm used to it by now. Taku looked out at the sea. I followed suit, slowly exhaling. Carried on the breeze, the cigarette smoke floated over the water until it eventually dispersed. The seaside park was vast and empty, probably due to the freezing temperature outside. Old folks and dog walkers occasionally passed by, but that was about it. Where's the old folk that swim in the ocean at every chance, like every day, even in the middle of winter? Where are those guys? I could see a Ferris wheel in the distance, but no one was riding it. It was painted in bright colors and spinning slowly, like the wind was pushing it along.
こうやって海を見てると、俺は何をやってるんだって気分になるな。
When I look out at the water, I find myself wondering, what the hell am I doing with my life? Yeah, that's what the sea does to you. His words were so faint, the wind nearly whisked them away. I looked at him, but he kept staring out at the sea,
ずっ
grimacing.
とこういう広々とした場所に来れば気分転換になるんじゃないかと。
I always hoped this big empty space would clear my head. What big empty space? What? You mean the sea? What?
すっきりするんじゃないかと思ってたんだが、むしろ逆だったな。
I thought it would make me feel better. Turns out I feel worse. He exhaled and fell silent for a moment.
俺は医者だ。だから一人でも多くの命を救いたいと思ってる。だが今こうしてる間にもきっと数えきれないほどの命が失われている。
I'm a doctor. I want to save as many lives as I can. But right now dozens are dying while we're standing here shooting the breeze. I mean, saving as many lives as you can doesn't mean saving everyone, right?
人なんて簡単に死んでいく。殺されるのも含めてな。
A human life can end so quickly, especially at the hands of another. Yeah, that is
そう
true.
考えると、人の死に方は生まれた時から決まっていて、どんなにあがいても逃れられないものなんじゃないかって。
Looking at it that way, it starts to feel like our deaths are predestined, and no amount of flailing can save us from it. Yes, but that also gives us the freedom to do whatever we want, right?
たまにそう思うことがあるんだ。
This is the stuff I think about from time to time.
特
I
に
mean, as a
若いやつ
doctor,
が志半ばにして死んだりすると余計にな。人は結局自分が望む通りには生きられないんじゃないかってな。
especially, I mean, if he puts it that way, as a doctor, I find it strange that he talks like that, because as a doctor, he has arguably like a lot of influence on whether a person lives or dies in a given moment, because he can actually help, right? So does he include himself in like fate, or is he devaluing his own action is what I'm trying to say. I think he is, right? Especially when folks die young. Especially when folks die young, really makes me think we humans can never truly get everything we want. So we gotta get as much as we can.
お前はどう思う？
Well, not really. You don't have to get as much as you can. Just take as much as you want, I suppose. What do you think, Toa? I didn't have an answer ready. As smoke rose from the tip of my cigarette, I gazed out at the ocean.
そうな。
Beats me. I mean, what do you say to that,
真
right?
剣に考えてくれ。
Stop and think about it for a moment, would you? As he pressed, I shot him a sidelong glance. He really wants an answer. His smoke was shifting. I was trembling, its color flashing restlessly. Dude, I would just say what you would expect me to say, right? Take it one step at a time. That's how we live life, and he already knows that. Take it one step at a time. If you look at life from too big an angle, it will crush you. Maybe you wanted to talk about it. Maybe you wanted me to ask him. Is there something I can help you with? I looked into his eyes, unblinking. Let me help you.
俺は。
I?
お前はどう思う？
What do you think? Oh my god, it's one of those! Okay, okay. Interrogation start. Okay. Alright. I see. I see you. Okay.
そうだな。
I think it's a waste of time to think about it. Nobody knows for sure when they're going to die. Well, you're not wrong there. Also, it kind of distracts you from living your life. I can tell Taku wants to say something, make a suggestion, respond rationally. Suggestion? We'll invite him to speak further, probably? Instead, why not focus on all the people you're capable of helping?
確かにな。
Right. Seriously, you're wasting your time asking me. You sure? I was curious to get your take.
だろ？
And sometimes it's important to have a conversation face to face. Yeah, Taku's smiling sadly. Play along. Respond sarcastically. Play along.
ポジティブ。なるほど。
So you want to ask the question even if you already know the answer.
そうだな。
Something like that. Sometimes it's better to set the record straight. Okay. Oh god, I keep closing the wound, bro. Well, I don't give a shit when I die. Yeah, let's just say nothing. Toa, how old are you turning this year? You'll be 27 in March, right? Damn! We're old? We're that old? I didn't expect Toa to be this old. You know, I'm not saying 27 is old. I mean, I'm almost 27. It's just, I expected Toa to be younger, alright? With the way he's thinking and acting. Anyway. I think so.
おいおい。
You don't remember? What about you? How old are you again?
おう
I'm 44. What? Really? 46? Huh. Well. Bit too old for my taste. 20 years is it's a lot, you know. It's over 20 years even, so yeah. Okay. I mean, my dad is older than that, but you know, you could be my dad. You could be. Taku's fixed me with a dejected look. Purposely avoid answering or joke around a little? Joke around.
Negative.
Jeez, you're ancient. Yep, I'm a decrepit old man. Your point? Are you really that old? I just don't see it. Does it bother you that I'm interested in your age? I don't see why it would bother him, but okay. I kind of want to just do something, you know? I feel like I already mucked up. Does it bother you that I'm interested in your age? Nah, I don't care that much. Ah! Finally ripped it open. Okay, say nothing.
Taku no ito wa.
What Taku wants. Ask Ray what's been bothering him. Nasty rumors?
黒い噂。
Ah!
嫌
Was it
な
correct?
噂が流れてる。
There's some nasty rumors
そ
going
んな
around.
勝手に言わせておけばいい。
Just ignore them and they'll go away. Okay. Maybe I should ask something else.
何を抱えているのか。
What's he struggling with? So it's studying. Okay.
勉強。
Got it, got it. Ugh. Okay, Toa. Alright. Get in there. Get in there.
何の勉強をしてるんだ。
So what are you studying?
勉強
Huh?
ああ、
Oh. Studying.
まあ、いろいろとな。やらなきゃならないことがあるんだ。
A lot of stuff, really. Lots of stuff I need to do. I think is what he said. Sorry. I gotta focus more. Maybe I'll talk to Taku a little longer.
どうする
Okay? What'll it be?
まだ時間はあるな。
I still have some time. Yeah. For a second I was like, oh my god, we didn't fuck up the first round. And
そう
then
いえば。
I thought, no wait, we can still fuck up. And then he was like, I still have some time. And I'm like, yeah, I still have some time to fuck this up somehow. Why'd you quit smoking? Well, it's not good for you. Ask another question. Respond half jokingly.
ポジティ
Positive.
ブ。どうなんだ。
Don't you ever crave it?
そうだな。
Sure I do. Sometimes. Like right now. Can I have the doctor dying on his patients? How does it make you feel when I smoke around you? I'm interested to know.
ああ。そうだろ。
Can't have the doctor dying on his patients, I guess.
なるほど。
Couldn't have said it better myself.
お
Okay.
前。
It's not often you talk to someone the way you spoke to Igarashi. Oh, that. Yeah, I probably could have phrased it better. Taku looks guilty. Kiss up a bit or warn him? Kiss up.
ポジティブ。まあ。
He got the picture at least.
そうだ。
That was my intention, but I could have tried a little harder to be nice about it. Yeah, okay. It's like you said, you can't get everything you want in life.
よし。
That might be closing it though.
うん。
It's like you said, you can't get everything you want in
確か
life.
にな。
You've got a point there. Yeah, that closed it. Okay. We can't see what someone else is thinking, and it can create misunderstandings. Guess I'll go even further.
ああ。
I guess so.
それは
Yeah, ain't that the truth?
そ
And
れ
it's
で。
opening. Did you hear the latest about
ど
Asakura?
うした
No, what's going on? Answer plainly, answer vaguely.
ポ
Plainly.
ジティブ。ああ。
He's leaving Shinkomi. I see.
そういえば、
You're awfully chatty today, you know
あ
that?
りがとな、とは。
Are you trying to cheer me up? If so, then thanks. No, I'm kind of euphoriaing you. Ooh, Taku smiling calmly. Play along. Make a joke. Make a joke.
ネガティブ。
Hopefully you'll pay me for it. Oh, is that what you're after? You told me to stop and think about it, and now I'm interested.
揺さぶってみるか。
I'll make him crack. Oh god!
まあ、
You told me to stop. Okay. I just felt like it, that's all. Well, did you get what you wanted?
タク、
ありがと
Yeah. I didn't.
タ
Damn it, I
ク
fucked
の
up.
意図は
What Taku wants. What else can I say?
黒い噂。
Oh, it's still the
You
wrong
also
thing? Just ignore him. Okay. I must be off base.
何を抱えてい
What is
る
he
のか。
struggling with? So it's this?
過保護。
Ah, it's overprotective. I thought it was just this medication, but of course it's this overprotectiveness. Sorry, I should have read that. But it still
俺に
worked.
対して過保護だって言われることあるだろ
People ever tell you you're overprotective
まあ
of me?
な。お前を子供の頃から見てきたってのもあるし、何よりお前は危なっかしいから仕
Sure,
方がない。
partially since I've known you since you were a
で
kid,
きる
but
限り
also because you're damn
俺は自
reckless.
分の周りの大切な人たちを守りたい。
I want to protect the people
そのために
I care about as much as
人を救
possible.
うために医者になったんだからな。
That's why I became a doctor to help people.
う。何か。引っ
Something
かかる
seems off.
結構話したな。
We've talked quite a bit.
そうだな。
Yeah. And I feel none the wiser. Damn it. I wanna know what's
こうやっ
going
てお前
on!
と二人だけでゆっくり話すのは久々だな。
Been a while since you and me had a nice one-on-one. Yeah. Nice. I generally wasn't the chatty type, but because I'd known Taku and Ray for so long, I had an easier time making small talk with them. Lately, though, I hadn't had the opportunity, especially not with
せっか
Taku.
くの機会だ。何か話したいことはないのか。何でもいいぞ。
How do we know Ray, by the way? How did that come to pass? Since we're here, why don't we talk about something? Anything.
睡眠薬なんだけど。
About my sleeping pills?
おう。効き目はどうだ？
Yeah, are they working for you?
合わないかもしれない。
Nah, I don't think so.
具体的にどういう症状が出たのか教えてくれ。
What kind of side effects are you experiencing, specifically? You know, you didn't really take them cleanly. You were drunk when you took them. Once. Maybe try them one more time?
寝起きの気分がひどい。頭痛と吐き気がして、フラフラする。
I feel like shit when I wake up. Headache, nausea, dizziness. Yeah, okay. Frowning, he averted his eyes in
飲み
contemplation.
始めで体が過剰に反応しているのかもしれんな。もし2、3日経っても変わらないようならすぐに言ってくれ。
Your body might need a couple days to get used to them. If nothing changes after 2 or 3 days, let me
わ
know.
かった。
Got it.
夢の方はどうなんだ？まだ悪夢を見るのか？
What about your nightmares? Still having them?
最近は見ないな。
Not lately. I mean, it's been 2 days.
さて、そろそろ行くか。
That's good. Alright, let's head back. What about your nightmares? Do you have nightmares? I dropped my cigarette and crushed it onto my heel. Scowling, Taku reached into his pocket.
俺の前でポイ捨ては許さんぞと。
I'm not just gonna let you litter on the. Whoa! Something round tumbled out of his pocket and hit the ground. When it stopped rolling, I recognized it as a portable ashtray. Hell yeah. Right as I went to grab it, my hand collided with Taku's as he moved to do the same. Oh my god! Okay, alright. Now it's getting steamy. The moment our fingers touched, he whipped his hand away. Damn! Is this the scene where both reach for the same book?
悪いな。
Reaching for the same portable ashtray. Damn, sorry. Forcing a smile, he took the ashtray from my hand, then picked up my cigarette butt and put it inside. That was kind of strange for him to pull away like that, though, right? Didn't something similar happen on New Year's Eve, too? Why did Taku always overreact whenever our hands touched? Why is that? Right, on New Year's he knocked over a can of beer. Let's go back to the car. Why, Taku? Care to elaborate? He started walking at a brisk pace. This had happened twice now. Was it just a germaphobe or... No, it couldn't be. Taku wasn't like that. I was probably just overthinking it, right? Is he that way only with Toa? Or with everyone? That's kind of important to know. Puzzled, I followed after him. Well, okay. That was strange. We left the park and traveled to the diner, where we ordered lunch. Partway through, Taku's cell phone started to buzz on the table.
電話だ。悪い。
Sorry, I'm getting a call. Apparently. With my blessing, he answered the phone.
Hey.
Hello? As the call began, Taku's expression grew steadily more and more panicked. When it was over, he announced that we were going straight back to the clinic. Okay. Why? Is there like a particular patient? The reason for this soon made itself apparent. All over social media, there were articles announcing that the Takasatogumi had been attacked during an executive meeting. What? The phone call was a request for Taku to treat the injured. He seemed hesitant but ultimately agreed. What the fuck? Okay. By the time we arrived back at the clinic, a station wagon was already parked in the alley in front of the side entrance. Some Takasato goons hopped out, carrying a man who was bleeding from the stomach. Sakagi-san? Then another station wagon pulled up and more wounded came spilling out of it. Do we not know these people? Oh my god, this room is large. We've never been here. Just like that, the secondary medical ward was now fully booked. Once Rei, Arimura, and the other staff members arrived, we all worked together to tend to the Takasato patients. There were 4 casualties in total, 3 minor and 1 critical. Wait, casualties means people die, right? When it came time for the clinic to open for afternoon appointments, Taku raced downstairs, then came back up later, rinse and repeat. God. He should have taken that nap, damn. Late that night, after a roller coaster of a day... Oh, he's ready to collapse? Rei and I sat slumped in the empty waiting room. Taku had sent the other staff home. He was still on the second floor, watching over the critical patient.
昨日に続いて今日も午前中は休診だなんて連絡があったと思ったら午後は大変なことになって
First we were closed yesterday, then Taku took this morning off, and then a giant clusterfuck happened right afterwards.
なんだか
Yeah.
最近落ち着かない
God. Feels like it's one thing after another these days, you know? Ray sighed heavily. As his exhaustion dissipated, the front door suddenly flew open. Ugh. 2 men in suits staggered
すみませ
inside.
ん急ぎでお願いできますか
Help, please! It's an emergency! What? Why? Igarashi? One of the men was Igarashi, the other was slumped against him. He looked to be nearly unconscious. Sakaki-san? Startled, Ray bolted to his feet.
五十嵐くんどうしたの
Igarashi, what happened?
こいつの様子がおかしくて
Something's wrong with
ちょ
him.
っと待ってね
Wait right there. Ray ran behind the reception counter and picked up the
タク
phone.
休館よ五十嵐くんが連れてきたんだけど意識がないみたい
Taku, emergency patient. Igarashi brought him in. He looks like he's unconscious.
それじゃあ連れて行くわ
Right, got it. I'll escort them. He set the phone down, then looked at Igarashi.
第二処置室へ運びましょう私は先に行って準備をするからトアは五十嵐くんを手伝ってあげて
Let's get your friend to the secondary medical ward. I'll go ahead and get things set up. Toa, you help Igarashi-kun carry him. With that, he sped off and disappeared down the hall. I rose to my feet, moved around to the patient's opposite side, and slung his arm over my
父
shoulders.
さんすみません
Sorry about this, Toa. No, don't worry.
いいから行くぞ
Oh my god, we look so cute in our mask. Forget about it, let's go. And so Igarashi and I slowly made our way up to the elevator. Huh, okay. Alright. When we entered the secondary medical ward, we found the critical patient all patched up and preparing to leave. Gosh! That was quick for a critical patient. We carried the unconscious man to an empty bed and laid him down on his back. His eyes were open, but he wasn't looking at anything. Was he... Wait, is it the new drug, maybe? His complexion was as pallid as a mannequin. Drool trickled from the corners of his
彼の
mouth.
名前は
What's his name? Taku stormed over, his expression
岡
hard.
本です
It's Okamoto.
岡本さん聞こえますか岡本さん
Okamoto, can you hear me? Okamoto? The man... Okamoto, damn. The man didn't respond, even when Taku spoke directly into his ear. Is he, like...
ダメだなどういう状況でこうなったんだ
Wait, is he, like, catatonic? Like, what? No use. How'd you get like this?
それが俺もよくわからなくていきなり大声で叫びながら暴れ出してその後バタッと倒れたんす
About that, I'm not really sure. One moment he was screaming and raging, and the next minute he just passed out on the floor.
詳し
What?
く見てみないと
Maybe he was stuck with something?
おそらく薬だろうな
I feel like, yeah. I can't say for sure until I run some tests, but I suspect narcotics. Yeah, maybe he was stuck with that drug or something.
薬
Drugs? A shocked, pained grimace rose up on Igarashi's
何
face.
か心当たりがあるのか？
Any idea what it could be?
いえただ新しい薬が流れてるって話は聞いたことがあるんでまさかと思って
No, sir, but I heard that there's a new drug going around. I hate to think it's that, but...
新しい薬？
New drug, you say? You've never heard of that, Taku?
はいもともと新興組はうちの組が許可してる薬以外の売買はダメってことになってるじゃないですか
Yes, sir. You know how our organization... You know how our organization... That is so difficult. Our organization is weird to say. How our organization... That is really annoying to say. Controls what kinds of drugs are allowed to be sold here in
で
Shinkumi.
も個人でネットとかで買ってるやつがやっぱりいるんすよね
Well, people can still get around that by buying stuff
俺
online.
もそういう連中はたまに見かけるんですけど組のやつでここまでの状態になってるのは初めて見ました
I see it happening every now and then, but this is the first time it's ever gotten this bad. And it's one of us, too. Murmuring, Taku furrowed his brow. Welcome back, sweetheart. Just then, Okamoto started groaning and shaking his head. His eyes were still unfocused, but he was trying to move his shaking hands. Taku crouched down and spoke to him.
岡本さん、聞こえますか？聞こえたら返事をしてください。
Okamoto, can you hear me? If you can hear me, say something. He's trying. Ghost is... Oh, it's the ghost from that deathmatch area?
幽霊助けてくれ
The ghost, help me.
幽霊？
Ghost? Okamoto closed his eyes and went limp. Apparently he'd passed out. Damn. Taku shot a confused look over his shoulder at Igarashi.
そういう噂があるんす死んだはずの組員を見たとか見ないとか
Oh, there's a rumor going around actually. Something about seeing the ghost of a gang member who's supposed to be dead?
そうか。
Over in the deathmatch area?
ひとまず容体が落ち着くまでは様子を見よう。五十嵐君はもう帰ってもいいぞ。
I see. Well, let's give him some time for his condition to stabilize. Igarashi, you're free to go.
ありがとうございますすみません今朝言われたばかりなのに迷惑かけて
Thank you, sir. And sorry about, causing my trouble, especially after what you just said to me this
患
morning.
者を救うのが医者の仕事だからな。
It's a doctor's job to save his patients. Emotionally distraught, Igarashi bit his lip and bowed
よろし
deeply.
くお願いします
Thank you for your help. No problem. Taku nodded, then looked at me and Ray.
岡本さんを見ていてくれないか。レイは俺と来てくれ。他の患者の様子を見る。
Toa, could you keep an eye on Okamoto? Ray, come with me. We got to check on the other patients.
分かったわ
Roger that. I wonder what we will see. What'll happen? Hey, after Taku and Ray moved to a different bed, Igarashi looked at me hesitantly. What's up? Speak your mind, goon. His gaze darted to and fro, then he shook his head. Oops.
すみませんやっぱ大丈夫ですこいつのことよろしくお願いします
Never mind. Sorry. Look after him for me, okay? Something's up with Toa. Toa is somehow close to getting dragged into all of this, isn't he? Since Taku is getting so overprotective, Igarashi is acting weird. And like the Takasatogumi is kind of like splitting apart with Toa being the son of the former leader. This all feels weird, like it's gonna involve us somehow. It was obvious he wanted to say something, but instead he bit it back with a stiff smile. Then he bowed and left the room. Okay. Concerning! About an hour later, Taku, Ray, and I all came downstairs to the waiting room. Taku looked utterly haggard. He rubbed the crease in his brow.
タク大丈夫
Taku, you okay?
さすがに疲れたな。
After all that, I'm ready to admit I'm bushed. Yeah, I see that. His voice was weak, and I could see dark circles under his eyes.
本当にお疲れ様でもやっぱりタクはすごいわたとえ高里組の人間であっても怪我人や病人を絶対に見捨てないんだから
You worked so hard today. Honestly, you amaze me sometimes. You refuse to abandon anyone in need, even if they're
タク
Yakuza.
のそういうところ本当に尊敬する。
I really admire that about you. That is so sweet. I love you, Ray. Ray sounded like he was... Oopsala. Like he was trying his best to cheer Taku up. I don't think it's about cheering up. It's more about I need some sleep. But Taku grimaced like he was holding something back.
今日は本当に助かった。二人も疲れただろう。あとは俺がやるからもういいぞ。
I really appreciate all your help today. I bet you're both exhausted. I'll handle the rest, so go get some sleep. Or one of us nurses handles the rest while the doctor, whose brain actually is needed in case of emergency, should take a bit of shut-eye, you know? What? Ray looked back at him in shock.
でも
But
本当に大丈夫だ。レイは帰って家でゆっくり休んでくれ。トアも部屋へ戻れ。
really, I'm okay. Go home and get some rest, Ray. You too, Toa. Okay, no. That seems like a terrible idea. Are we really just gonna do that again? He turned and walked off down the hall. Once his footsteps had faded, Ray looked at me in alarm.
私何か怒らせるようなこと言っちゃった？
Did I, press the wrong button somewhere?
疲れてるんだろ。
No. Pretty sure he's just tired.
そっか。タク、今朝はどうだったの？
Oh, how was he this morning?
調子は悪そうだった。
He seemed tired.
最近ずっと元気がないわよね。大丈夫かしら？
He's been like that for a long time now. I hope he's okay. Just then my phone buzzed in the back pocket of my pants. Simultaneously, Ray pulled out his own phone. Oh god, it's another article?
エイジのメルマガじゃない。
It is. It's Eiji's newspaper. God damn it. Okay. Breaking news! Takasaragumi under attack. Executive confirmed to be safe. Learning more about Sakaki Hideyasu, the man rumored to be the next big boss. Dr. Scandals. Okay. So, Takasaragumi under attack. The Takasato office was reportedly attacked during an executive meeting. Thankfully, no one was harmed. So, who was behind it? Currently, no eyewitnesses have come forward. Tono, right? It has to be Tono.
あの野郎！
That little bastard! The instant he read the newsletter, he flew into a
い
rage.
くら噂だからってこれはあんまりよ。ネタなら何を書いてもいいってわけじゃないわ。
Screw these stupid rumors. This is crossing the freaking line! You can't just libel people for fun! What does libel mean? Unlike last time, this rumor was pretty harsh. Where did it come from?
抗議してやるわ。
Wait, but isn't that true? I thought this was exactly what happened. I swear to God, I'm gonna give that asshole a piece of my mind! Don't do that. He's gonna rip your shit. Ray started typing furiously, probably writing a strongly worded email to Eiichi.
送信完了。
Sent! Ah!
怒りが収まらないけど帰るわ。おやすみ。
I'm still totally furious, but whatever. I'm going home. Have a good night. Okay. Okay, Ray, calm down. With a frustrated sigh, Ray shot me a quick wave, then walked off to the staff room. I left the waiting room and took the elevator to the 3rd floor. Really? We're just gonna leave Taku here? Can we just strong-arm Taku to take a nap? Come on. In the darkness, I pulled off my coat and lay on my back on the sofa as the TV's white light illuminated me. The sound of static was a constant in my life, and I quickly tuned it out. Instead, my ears started to pick up the faint sounds from the lower floors. It sounded like Taku was doing something in the secondary medical ward. Then the sound faded, and static was all that filled the void. Suddenly, a thought occurred to me. Was Taku still struggling with something all on his own? Absolutely. Granted, I knew it wasn't easy to open up and talk about that kind of thing, but still. Come on, Toa. I reached out to the coffee table and grabbed a blister pack of sleeping pills. Ah, Toa! After all that running around today, for once I actually wanted to sleep. I popped 2 pills, then grabbed the bottle of booze off the floor and washed them down. Ah, yes. Popping them with booze. And then you ask yourself why it ain't working correctly. Once I returned the floor bottle to its proper place, I slowly closed my eye. Okay, great. Great. And on that note, I think we're gonna call it quits for this episode. I'm thinking of maybe making these episodes a bit shorter. So let me know what you think. But yeah, I'm gonna have to see whether I can actually make them shorter because they usually turn out 1 hour anyway. So we shall see. Until then, I hope you have a lovely sunshine-filled week. Take care of yourselves and thanks for being here. Yeah, until then, bye-bye.